Welcome back to Star Trek Adventures, Trekkie Game Night, Hathaway. Last week we left off with our adventurers on a planet that was in a piece of the action. They were introduced to Krakow and his team of people running the country, the planet. And in the process of talking with him and negotiating for the peace that the Federation was promised, an explosion happened, and part of his leadership had left. And it appears, from what the crew can tell, that there is currently a coup going on. And we had the first officer, Commander Tretner, on the ship with the captain, the ops officer, and a security officer on the planet. So this week, we bring you The Return, Part 2. Let's see if our crew can get themselves out of this without losing their ship or their contacts on the planet. Ooh. No. Hold on. Okay, go ahead.
President Krakow, this is an internal matter. While this is very unfortunate that it's happening while we're here, according to Starfleet regulations, we have no business in your fight. I should leave you all here right now to duke it out amongst yourselves. Give me one reason why we should stay and why we should support you.
Captain, right now, I wouldn't want to put our situation at risk. I have too many things to worry about. If you want to return to the ship, I have no problem with that. In fact, I highly recommend it. I'm not sure how much control I have. I would have to get back to you on that as soon as I know.
What I'm saying is, my ship shouldn't even be here at all. We should be heading in the opposite direction at the highest speed possible.
That's your prerogative. I do not know what your orders are. All I know is I gotta try to keep my people safe as much as I can and see who is the culprit of this situation.
I'd start with Mr. Teppo.
That's my initial thought, and that's who we're looking for currently. But we don't know where he's at, and I'm not sure who's in control of the ships in orbit.
All right. Captain to Mr. Tretner, when you have a good window, could you please open shields and drop shields and beam the three of us back to the ship?
Yes, Captain, we should be able to do that now. Their forces have split, so we should be able to do it right now if you're good.
We're good. Thank you, President Krakow. Hopefully we'll be able to speak again.
I look forward to our next meeting, hopefully. There is one. So with that, let's go ahead and transfer over our map. Sorry, hold on. I have an issue here. There we go. Transfer over to the space. And what we have here is our ship and the shuttles that are currently basically chasing you. So the question I have is, did you want to drop the shields? However, do be aware that they are, for as far as you can tell, in range of their weapon systems. First officer.
No risk, no glory, right? So, well, we only need what? How much time do we need to beam up the crew? And I'm assuming that their weird little spacecrafts, little dinghies they have, don't have the sensors to tell apart that we have our shields down or up.
Captain, I can do it in 6 seconds.
All right, 6 second window.
Yep. Basically, what will happen is you will have it You will drop your shields and do the transport, and it will be one of your actions. So
Can I
in your as part of your ship, you have, being a class 4 vessel, you have 4 actions per round.
I would like to scramble the shuttles for the fighters first, so they can cover in case they decide to shoot. Can those other shuttles, which are on the other side of the planet, shoot at us?
No, they're too far.
Okay,
They're-
who splits up their forces like that? Okay. Anyhow, so yeah, let's scramble the shuttles first. Put them between us and those two, and then the next action will be to lower the shields and get the captain up.
Okay, so you're issuing this spear right there.
Ah, there she is.
Okay, so your first action for this round is that you have launched the spear. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yes, she's a gorgeous ship.
Okay, so with that, your shields have dropped, so you don't have to worry about dropping your shields for next round because launching the shuttle itself would require that. So their action for this round is they're moving closer.
Dinghies.
Okay. Round 2. Or not round 2, I'm sorry. Second action of this round. So you want to transport the captain?
Let's get the captain. Do I get a round for the spear too, or is the spear also under the same, I guess, command of the Hathaway?
No. The ship is independent. It is a class 2, so it only gets 2 actions per round. Okay? So you get to choose if it moves, if it shoots, but just know that if you shoot twice in the same round, it becomes more difficult the second time around. And that's true about all shooting.
Okay. Now let's transport up the captain and our tactical and our science.
Okay. So what I need is, are you going to transport it, or is the engineer going to transport it, or is one of your NPCs going to transport?
I can.
I
handle
trust
the
engineering.
transport.
Okay. So this one here, we need a control engineering from the engineer with a sensors engineering for the ship. And they're off pad, and so that's 2 successes.
I'm got a transporters and replicators focus.
Yep, that'll work.
What is the
Let's see.
difficulty?
2.
We should use a momentum. We have 3 of them.
Yeah, I was gonna ask to use at least one.
Okay, go ahead and strip 1 down and roll 1 ship for the die, or 1 die for the ship, and 3 for the player.
Booyah!
Ooh,
That is some sick
Wow.
transporting.
nice.
Okay. So
6 seconds, baby.
that's 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow. Okay. So
Danger of cubics here.
that is, so what you're getting here is 2 successes, so that leaves 5. You can only do 4, so you have a spare momentum that you can use. Is there anything you would like to do with that spare momentum?
Can I, or does Grok need to use it?
Grok needs to use it as his action.
I will take recommendations.
If it was me, I would have instructed whoever is on communications or helm to do some jamming of the signals on the opposing ships, but that might be a little bit, I don't know, aggressive.
I don't think that would be something that transporters would be able to handle, though. I think it would be like, I also beam up a dish of candy.
You are awesome.
Jeez. Okay. I heard a oh. Did we have something?
We could have kept the initiative.
Right.
Ooh.
Yes,
Yeah.
which means the other ships wouldn't go the
Okay,
second.
we can do that. We can
But
do
you
that.
already beamed up Candy.
Oh.
Candy over Coos. Sorry.
Yeah,
Candy over
seriously, Candy
Coos.
over Coos.
Okay, so everybody's aboard the ship, including how much candy did you do a bowl? Did you find some kind of cool little like stockpile in some store? I mean, what are we talking here?
Well, I was focused on the president's office, so everything that was in his office.
So you beam up a whole table, a bowl of candy, an antique lamp, and it seems to be his journal that was in the drawer.
Oh,
That could be useful.
Yes, it could. Can we get someone analyzing the journal?
Okay, so there we go. Now it is. So the shuttles are going to go next, and then it'll go to the spear, and then the shuttles again. And as you can see, they're split up into groups of 2. So each group of 2 is going to be their own element, just because it's a giant pain in the butt to flip back and forth between 6 objects. So that element moves like that. Okay, Spear's turn. Now, are we doing a standard NPC, or are we using your additional NPC there, XO?
Let's use the one which we introduced already before, the nice Endorian fella.
Okay, and
oh yeah.
let's make sure I got his name up there. That was, what was his name again?
Hivan Ralsheen.
What did I do with it? Why don't I see him in the character inventory? Oh, there he is, on very top. Haha. Okay. So what do you want your lieutenant to do with this ship? Now remember, he can move, he can shoot, he can try to scan. I mean, there's several things it can do.
I think if they're not backing off, we need to disable those ships instead of just destroying them. So let's do a focus scan of one of the ships to find some weak spot.
Okay. Let's go ahead and have Ralsheen do a. Let's do an insight security, and so that's that character, and then the ship, the spear, is going to do sensors security, and we're looking for probably 2 successes.
I'm going to spend a momentum here.
Okay.
Oh, damn. Ralsheen has no focuses applicable to this one. That's okay.
No, he's just above average NPC.
He's not above average. He's Endorian. He's awesome.
I second that.
Just ask him.
Okay, I got Ralsheen. Who got the ship?
Captain.
Yep, already rolled.
Awesome, Captain.
So that is 2 successes. Okay, so what you basically did is you scan for weaknesses, right?
Yep.
Okay, so as per the rule book, a scan for weakness, the next time it shoots. So which targets did you use? You know what? I should probably put up names for these so you can tell which one's which, right? Okay. So which one did you scan? The left one or the right one?
The one closer to the Hathaway.
Okay.
Right one.
Right one. So we're going to put up there. Helps if I spell it right, because I'm a genius. Save changes. So that's
putting a tag on it which says right one.
Nope. You said you scanned the right one, which is shuttle A. So shuttle A now has. Okay. You have advantage on it. So Are you familiar with what you get when you scan for weakness?
Nope.
Okay. So what basically happens is when you scan for weakness, your next shot gets additional damage die, if I remember right.
How does that help me disabling the ship?
Well, you can choose. You can choose non-lethal, just like your character. Your ship can choose non-lethal, so you can use phasers to disable him and not blow him up. It just makes it more potent when you hit him.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So now the next shuttle element's going to go. And they're just going to, this one here is going to go in support. Okay. Now, the ship. This is your third action, ship. So what does the Hathaway want to do?
Have I made it to the bridge, or is Tretner still in command?
He's still in command. We'll say this action is you're transiting up to the bridge, but you're not there yet. Your next action you would be your final action for this one.
Ha!
That's fine.
Someone sounds a little power hungry. It's all good.
I'm in
Not
charge.
even my own shuttle. Okay, so I think we're gonna do a warning shot.
Okay, you're going to do a warning shot. Now, since you're not targeting the vessel for attack, okay, it's not going to really. Actually, it's going to be a little bit more difficult, just because you're going to have to judge where he's not going. So, and here's the thing: he's a smaller vessel than you by 2 sizes or more. So your success is also 1 more. So it is going to be 4. Oh, you know what? I won't make it more difficult for that. We'll say it's 3 successes.
Are you telling me that it's more difficult because I might actually hit the thing?
No, I just took that away. I was going to say it was 4. I was like, no.
Okay.
It's 2 successes to hit him with phasers, and it's 1 because he's smaller.
Okay, I thought you should know me better. If it actually hits the shuttle, I think I'd be okay with it.
So basically, you need 3 successes, no complications, and this is the first time I'm going to use the threat that I've earned this round or this game, and I'm going to spend 2 threat to make it 18, 19, 20 difficulty for 18, 19, 20 for complications. So 3 successes, no complications. You won't hit them.
No, this is fun. So I assume tactical is not on the bridge yet either.
No, they're all transiting. So you have an NPC you can use. You technically yourself did not gone. So you can either roll a 19 and 2, or you can roll your stats. Which would you prefer? I'm sorry, 9 and 2, not 19.
I think I'll go with mine. But I'm pretty sure since I'm technically a fighter pilot, I should have some tactical skills in there.
Okay, so the ship is doing sensors and security. Or I'm sorry, nope. Weapons and securities for the ship, and for the character, we're going to do control security.
And it's 3 success, right?
3 successes, no complications.
I'm gonna gamble and take a momentum out.
Okay.
Captain, I swear I'm not trying to blow up the ship.
Yeah, please don't blow up my ship.
Okay, what was it again for me? Sorry.
I believe I said it was control security. And the ship is weapons security.
And I have combat maneuvers and strategy and tactics as focuses. So do I have a focus which applies here?
Yes.
Sweet. Here goes nothing.
Okay. And it was
damn formed this old ship.
Oh,
and the thing is, it wasn't even extended. Oh no. No, okay, 17 was good. It wasn't even an extended threat. It was straight up 20. So, you take the shot and it actually the shuttle kind of maneuvers in an odd way, like he was trying to cut you off or do some kind of crazy maneuver, and your shot where you thought would be clear is now making contact with the shuttle.
Okay.
Now, were you going with lethal or non-lethal?
Non-lethal, clearly.
Non-lethal. Clearly, you were going non-lethal.
It
So
might not be obvious, but yeah, non-lethal.
let's roll up some damage dice. So the you get to roll the challenge dice for the ship. How many challenge dice does the ship get for a phaser attack?
I think it's 3.
Try again. It's 8. The Hathaway shoots 8 with phasers.
Bye-bye, dinghy.
that's a lot of damage.
Well,
Did I not order you not to start shooting until they shot first?
Warning shot. Sorry.
so roll up 8 challenge dice.
Do you want me to do it, or do you want me to
No,
captain
you
do
no,
it?
you do it. You're the you're the actor.
Captain. Now you want the captain.
Yeah, this is your mess, XO.
When I rolled damage dice, there's no focuses, right?
No. Your actions, your focuses are already applied. What?
What does that mean?
No. You missed. You can't use the one on the sheet. Go to the bottom left of your screen. It says challenge dice.
I don't know. I kind of like that 0 damage.
There we go. Yeah.
Ruh-roh.
So you got 1, 2, 3, 4 for damage, plus 4 effects. So for your effects, you get versatile 2. Okay. So what that means is if you make a successful attack, okay, you have 2 momentum to spend in combat. Now, you get. I'm bringing up my sheets because it's been a while since I looked at these sheets for momentum spends. What did I just do with it? There it is. Conflict. Nope. Minor actions. Combat actions. There we go.
Combat momentum?
Combat momentum. So you create opportunity, create obstacle, obtain information, create advantage, keep initiative, extra minor action, bonus damage, penetration if you want to go through their armor. You get to reroll damage. Devastating attack, swift task. The character may attempt 1 additional task, increasing the difficulty by 1, or power loss. So you cause the ship to remove power, and it's repeatable.
I kind of like the power loss idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you hit this ship, and let me make sure, but I'm pretty sure you freaking drained its engines. Let me make sure what the engine rating is on this ship. It is. Yeah. Its power is 4. So you hit this space shuttle, and you choose to drain it, while hitting it, it completely drains out and shorts out the battery, or the reactor of whatever powers it, and it is currently completely inoperable.
That's one heck
I hope it's not in free fall now, though.
of a warning shot.
I think that worked nicely.
Okay,
Right?
so this thing is inoperable, and it's just starting to drift away.
Towards the planet, come on.
Can I run onto the bridge and order him to beam the pilot out of that ship before it falls into the atmosphere?
Okay. So, hold on. That was the fourth action for this round, was it not? Or was it
I
third?
have no idea.
I think it was, yeah.
That was the fourth act because you guys launched a ship. No, that was the third action. Okay. All the rest of these ships have already taken all their actions. The spear has one action left. And technically it's the spear's turn.
Well, I sure don't want to transport a pilot onto the spear who can overpower the pilot of the spear, so what could we do there? I'm open for suggestions, guys.
I would probably move to directly between the Hathaway and the other ship. Just one space.
Or we can take the shuttle into the Hathaway, and then next action we just warp out and say goodbye.
Honestly, I was leaning towards warp out and say goodbye until you actually shot down one of their ships.
Oh, it's not down. And we don't need enemy combatants on the ship. Tractor beam it out of the atmosphere so that it's not going to crash into the and then we can GTFO.
Sounds good to me.
Tactical officer giving his recommendation. Okay, spear. What's the spear doing?
Let me see if the spear actually has I don't think the spear has actual tractor beams, does it?
In this era, they would have tractor beams. It's a low-power tractor beam. Luckily, these ships are smaller or on par with your size. So, yes, it could tractor it. It's just going to be a little difficult.
No, the option then is either No, I'm going to go into the Hathaway. I'm just docking again. The Hathaway can tractor it out next round if she wants to.
Okay.
If I stay out, it prolongs us getting out by another round if I try to do something with this.
You don't want to use docking plan B?
What is docking plan B?
For
B.
barricade.
Barricade.
That's one of the best parts of that movie. Oh, sorry.
I mean, low bar.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Okay, so the spear is docking back up. Okay. Okay, so it has returned. Hathaway, while it's getting on board, what is the Hathaway's last action for this round?
To tractor beam the shuttle that's falling into the atmosphere back into a stable orbit.
Okay, so here's the deal. The deal is you can totally do that. It's going to be a little more difficult because it currently frictioning against the atmosphere, so it's going to be a little difficult. It's not insane. And I believe your power. Sorry, I'm slowly putting information on your screen for you to help out. So right now you guys have, this is your last action, so 0, 4. So there you go. You see those bars on the screen above your ship?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the top one's action, the middle one's shields, the bottom one's energy. And in fact, you're down energy because you did shoot. There you go. So that's to help you guys keep track of everything. Okay. So to activate your tractor beam, which you do have you have a tractor beam strength 2. It's not tremendous. You do need to lock onto it and initiate. And a tractor beam does take energy. So, who is going to do that? So I said on the next action, the captain would be on the bridge. So I would just say the whole crew is on the bridge, and as well as the engineer, because he did an action. And where'd the doctor go? Where's the doctor?
I'm on. What am I trying to say? I'm there with everybody.
Okay, so everybody's on the bridge.
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure.
Oh, and we did carry the bowl of candy from the transporter to the bridge and deliver it to Dr. Xhad.
Naturally.
Was anybody snacking on the way up?
Yes.
Yes.
Sitting there, sitting there in the elevator, eating candy. Captain standing there going, "Man, this is pretty good." And all of a sudden you hear, "Did my ship just shoot?"
That's exactly how it went down.
Candy over goose.
That's right. I'm getting a T-shirt.
Okay, so the captain, so the whole crew's on the bridge. So with that, to lock on with the tractor beam on with this ship, you're going to need to do a sensors and I want to say engineering again for a tractor beam. Sensors engineering on the tractor beam, and then it's going to be engineering. And because of the situation where it's falling, and you got friction of the atmosphere, and you're under pressure from other ships, it's going to be daring.
Okay. How daring are you, Mr. Tahl?
I'm pretty daring. 9.
Okay, you're about as daring as I am. So I'm going to have you work the tractor beam with an assistance from Mr. Tral.
Okay.
Aye, Captain.
Yes,
So in this case here, the tractor beam, I believe, is usually a 2. It's normally a 2. But with friction of the atmosphere causing sensors to be a little screwy, it's a small vessel, it's going to be 4. 4 successes.
Okay, and the ship was sensors engineering.
Yes.
All
And
right.
we're daring engineering.
Yes.
And you can use spend a momentum, Grok, if you would like.
Yeah, I'm going to want one, but I'm also going to use one of my determinations. I'm going to use a determination. The value is, let's see. I can either go with I'm working here, or sometimes you got to get your hands dirty.
I'll take sometimes you got to get your hands dirty and go ahead and mark that on your character sheet. That you're using a point of determination.
Yep. I don't have any focuses that I think can apply unless you want to give me either computers or electroplasma power systems.
That's a stretch.
I'm not going to stretch that far.
Yeah, I didn't think so. So, okay. So rolling 3 dice, or did we go with more?
Because you chose to use a determination, you automatically get a 1. So you got a 1 to you got a double success to your roll. So that means
Okay.
you still get 2 for you and 1 for the ship, and you're halfway there. So do you want to use a momentum for another die?
I do want the 1 extra die, so I am going to roll 3. I was just wondering if should we roll 4, but no, that we should be good there. And no focuses. Oh
Here's my
no!
Oh.
Wow.
Oh. So wait, hold on. Doesn't Grok automatically get 1 because he used the determination? So isn't the
He
roll
gets
actually
2.
2?
So he's got 3 of the 4 successes.
Ugh.
Jeez.
Can we spend a momentum and reroll?
Yes, but only he can roll, and you only get to do it once. So he can, and the thing is, he can roll all 3 die or 2 die.
Can I just roll maybe the zeros?
So you're rolling 2 die. So roll 2 more
Yeah.
die.
How much momentum do we have to spend in that one?
Just 1.
No!
Oh.
No,
You
fate.
got distracted by the bowl of candy.
Fate
No one brought me any.
wants none of this.
I think there's a sign, guys. That ship is
yeah.
going down.
We might as well just shoot it and put the pilot out of his
Oh
misery.
no,
Also-
We are not shooting it.
no. No
Can
more
we,
candy for you.
And
Can we transport the pilot out of that shuttle and onto the shuttle in C-35?
that was your action for this round.
Oh, okay.
So that was your last action for this round. And because of your 20, you actually lost another energy because you tried to pump more energy into it to make the tractor more successful. We'll call that why for your complication. So you're down to 6 energy. Okay.
So does it look like we just shoved him even into the atmosphere a little bit more?
Oh, goodness.
Well, we'll see. So, Shuttle B right here. It's there. It's a new round, so I'm gonna give you your actions back. I hit my little thing. Give you your 4 actions back. Okay, so there you go. You got your 4 actions back. Shuttle B sees you shoot Shuttle A, and he is not a happy camper. He moves into a slotted position, and he takes well, actually, he doesn't need to move slot because then he's going to shoot. He's going to shoot right from where he's at. Because as far as he knows, he can't tell the difference between you blowing him up and you disabling him, and he sees him crashing. So he's going to take it. It was aggressive.
He'll be able to tell the difference in
Okay, so we are going to roll dice. Hold on. You're going to roll dice. Let me get back. Okay. Ooh, we got double success. Good, good. Okay. And then
You say good, but I kind of think you mean the other thing.
Yeah, I
No,
don't think
no,
that means what he thinks that means.
it means exactly what I think it means. Okay. He did not. Well, he got his successes with the roll to 1. So he is going to roll up some challenge dice because you shot his buddy. Yeah. Don't worry about it. I ain't doing anything ridiculous.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so he did not. Okay. So he shoots you with a kinetic weapon. It's basically imagine a not even a railgun. Imagine basically a 50 a 25 millimeter or something like that cannon. And he hits you. Ooh. You lose 3 shields. Okay, so you're down to 8 shields. The other one's in op. Okay, so with that, it is your turn. Oh, this one here, he is uberly close to having a really bad day. Now it's your turn.
Okay, now I would like to attempt to rescue that pilot.
How would you like to do that, Captain?
I would like to try to beam him onto the shuttle in C-35. Does anybody have any other ideas?
We could
beam
shoot
him to
him.
the planet. We don't know the
Yeah, shoot
interior
him.
layout of the shuttles.
That's true. Yeah, so beam him just down into the President Krakow's office.
Okay.
Oh.
You're going to beam him down to President Krakow's
But
office.
wouldn't beaming him to the other shuttle be more likely to make that other shuttle stop shooting at us?
Yes, that was my original intent, but now I like this President Krakow's office idea because then President Krakow will have a prisoner that he can interrogate and find out what's going on.
And
But
can
doesn't
blame
that
him
mean
for
that
taking
we're
the desk.
involved in the coup?
We're already involved. That is the other option, is we can save this guy's life and then skedaddle.
Okay,
Yep.
what's your decision? Tick-tock.
All right.
We're beaming him to Krakow's office because we know it's a safe place and we don't know the interior layout of the shuttle. And if it benefits one side of the coup, it benefits one side of the coup.
Okay, so here's the deal. It's going right off the bat. Beaming's 1. You're beaming off a pad, or I'm sorry, you're beaming something that's not on a pad, so that's 2. And then you're beaming it to someplace that doesn't have a pad, so that's 3. And now you're also beaming through the last basically bit of atmospheric interference, so that's a 4. So you need 4 successes
Yikes.
to
I'm
get him.
spending
You're gonna do what?
I'm gonna spend determination then.
Okay. What's your determination?
Never mind.
Oh.
I don't have one that I don't think I have one that works.
Question. According to our chart, we have 3 determination available.
You can well, it's
I already
the,
used 1.
yes. So for you to use another one, you can use 1 per game. And if you
Okay.
use that 1 per game, you can use it a second time, but you have to bend it.
So,
Okay.
We have a question. Isn't Grok a veteran? Wasn't he technically allowed to re-roll for his determination when he uses it?
Oh, that's true.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, good catch.
Yeah, that is true.
Wait,
whoever
what
is
do I
going
roll?
You roll a. Oh, hold on, 1 second. You roll a d6. You roll as a challenge die, and on
Okay.
effect, you retain it.
Nope.
Okay. Nope.
Okay.
Okay, Captain.
Even if he doesn't retain it, using commanding officer, I can spend my point of determination to grant any other character a point of determination.
That is 100% true.
So, whoever is going to be performing the transporter, I can give one of my points of determination. Well, my point of determination. Mr. Grok, I believe, Mr. Tahl, you have a focus in transporters, do you not? Or was that Mr. Tral?
I do not.
I do.
Okay, Grok, you're doing the transporter. You have my point of determination and use momentum.
So, okay, go ahead. Sorry.
And then we'll need an assist from somebody as well.
Who do you want to assist him?
I'm figuring that out right now. Is this going to be a daring or?
Well, you gotta pick his assistant. You gotta freaking play on the safe side. Who are you gonna pick?
Let's see who's rolling well. Nobody except for Grok.
I started off well, but
You did. The ship is rolling terribly. Mr. Tral, I'd like you to assist.
Okay.
I-
So what you see here is the captain walks up on the bridge. After hearing the phaser shot, she basically sees the shuttle falling out of the atmosphere. At the same time, the XO looks over his shoulder like oh shit, oh no, she's here. And she basically looks and sees it falling in the atmosphere, and she just basically yells at Grok to get that person off, and then looks at the ops and says, and basically just goes, and you make sure he gets it done, and you both go running over and do it. So this is a daring. You're under pressure. The captain's upset. The ship's falling. The XO's like, oops. So it is going to be 4 successes. For the character, it is going to be daring, engineering, and the ship, it's going to be sensors, engineering. And this is the last time you get to save this guy, because the next time he's gonna disintegrate.
we're using one momentum for a third die, correct?
Yeah, because you don't have 3 to do 2 more dice. So
Okay. And I am going to use my focus in transporters.
okay. There's your 4 successes right off the bat.
Let's build
See
some
what the
momentum back.
See what the ship rolls. So you get 1 momentum back.
Oh no, Mr. Tral needed to roll too. Ops.
Oh, ops needs to roll. Yep.
Yes, you're right. And sorry,
Okay.
it didn't want to click when I was clicking. So this is just another daring engineering.
Yes.
Cool.
It's only 1 die. Yep. There you go. Okay.
And nothing.
Didn't we also spend determination?
We did spend determination, so we
that's
have-
actually 6 successes. 7
Yeah, it
successes.
is.
So you get 3 more, or 3 momentum, unless you want to do something else
Nice.
with it. You could either bank it because you have the room, or you can spend it on something. I see a banking. Okay. So you transport.
I can change it afterwards. It's okay.
Okay. So you
I
bank.
was going to suggest if we could use this to maintain initiative.
I was going to suggest the same thing.
Okay. To maintain initiative. To maintain initiative this round, it is. It's just, I think it's called swift task. So it's 2. You gotta take 2 of them. Spend 2. Okay.
All right.
So the lock-on happens. The transport goes off without a hitch, except because of the situation and because the pierce through the atmosphere, it did take a little more energy to do it. But you got him off, and you sent him down to Krakow's. Do you stick around and wait for... Oh, well, before that happens, this thing starts just breaking up. So that shuttle broke up completely. So that is your action for this round. So the next one here is this group moves up. Okay.
I thought we were keeping the initiative.
Oh, you are keeping the initiative.
Yeah.
That's what you spent it for. Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you want to do?
Get out of range. Leave orbit.
Captain,
Yes, Doctor?
might I also suggest we let Krakow know that there's someone in his building?
Yes. Can we get...
He might have noticed.
He might have noticed, but I'd like to contact him once we're out of range. I would like to stop playing games with these shuttles. Which I assume are only orbiters and will not be able to follow us.
We'll see. Sorry. You guys want to enter warp. Okay. So so the XO hops in the seat? Or who's putting you guys to warp?
I guess I'm hauling me up.
Well, I wasn't going to say warp. I was going to say impulse. Just get us out of orbit and stay in the system.
Oh.
Right, we're probably faster than they are, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Okay. So you want to move long range, medium range, or short range?
Long range.
Long range. And which direction do you want to move?
Towards the outside of the solar system.
So do you want to go left, right, up, or down?
Away from the sun.
Okay, let me see. I gotta look to see where the sun is. Did I put the sun on this map? No, I did not. Okay.
No, but the shadow or the light on the planet indicates it's to the upper left side.
Right.
So we're going right.
You're going right. Okay. So here's what's going to happen. What's going to happen is we're going to move everything else long range because you're at the edge of the map. So long range at this is basically, I believe it's 8 squares for this grid. Long range is 8 squares. And to move long range, it's 2 energy. I read this stuff earlier to get myself reinforced on this, but yet my brain freaking forgets it at the last second. I believe it's 2 energy. So it's 1 energy to go medium range, and it's 2 energy to long range. So I'm going to take 2 energy. We're down to 3 energy. So what we're going to do is I'm going to zoom out here, and I'm going to push everything. There. There. This is like there. This is there. 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 Here we go. So you have moved that far away.
Okay.
Okay, so that was your action. And I will reflect that on your character. Okay. That's 2. Okay. Now. So to keep from burning energy, these guys can only go like that. They don't have a whole bunch of energy to be moving around. Okay. There we go. What's your... Now what are you going to do? So the ships have moved and they're still closing distance on you even though you just smoked them.
Contact President Krakow.
Okay. So we won't roll for it. It's a 0... Well, you know what? You only have 2 momentum. Let's roll for a 0 task. It's going to be control con, or I'm sorry, not con. That doesn't make any sense. Control science for the character and comms science for the ship.
All right, ops, if you could handle that.
Yes. You say control and
Science.
con? Science, that's right.
Yep.
All right.
And comms and science for the ship. Okay, so there's 3 successes. Of course it is. Okay, so you're at 5 momentum now.
Yay!
Woohoo!
Okay, and you get basically some maybe cabinet minister or something like that. Captain, I only have a moment. What can I do for you?
We just left President Krakow a little present. One of the pilots from his ships, from the ships up here in orbit, has just arrived in his office. You might want to debrief him.
And you see him kind of lean off screen, kind of snap his fingers. Go check his office. Hurry up. Thank you, Captain. I gotta go. And you basically hear just like noises going off behind him, short of some little explosions, stuff like that. And he ducks down. A couple things come falling from the overhead. We appreciate it. Anything else?
That's it.
Very well. And the screen just kind of goes out.
It's got to be rocks from the ceiling, right?
Styrofoam ones. So, okay. So that was okay. That's right. Let's do that. Okay. And so that's you moved. Save the guy. So you have 1 left. So this one's doing their last action for this turn. Because they only get 2 actions per turn. They're little ships. Little tiny ships. Okay. Your last action. Anything else you want to do?
How about
Crew.
a warning shot?
Do we have any suggestions? This is not our fight, and yet they're still trying to make it. Any suggestions, crew?
I recommend we leave.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, leave and then maybe contact Starfleet to see if they want us to further look into this or interfere or just continue to leave.
Okay, warp speed. Let's get out of this system and let's contact Starfleet.
Okay. So with that, that's going to be just to activate warp drive. It's going to be a control con with an engines con from the ship. And it's just, it's really 1 success. This ship's going to pretty much take care of most of the work.
XO, you want to take us out?
Will do, Captain. And I have plenty of stuff which applies as focus, like astronavigation.
Yep.
I figured you probably did.
Okay, and
Damn ship.
This ship sucks.
and that's a hard 20. Wow.
That is the third hard 20 this ship has rolled.
This is
Okay.
not something you want to hear from the captain. This ship sucks.
Because the ship keeps rolling me 20s.
I see
Okay.
a very, very busy Grok in his future.
Right?
Okay.
Didn't the
Don't
ship also
remind me.
cause us to ruin that shot we had earlier?
It did. Grok, I need you to fix my ship so that she no longer rolls 20s.
I'll just chip the 20 off the die then.
Whatever works.
That's very Grok. That's good. I like that. Okay, so you enter warp, and these ships are not going to follow you. These ships are They're a little more advanced than our shuttles today, or well, our shuttles would have been today if we still had a shuttle program, but not much more. So they are not light capable. So you're just gone. You smoked them. It's gone.
Can I pour a little out for the shuttle program?
Don't get me started. So we transition to the bridge. You're no longer in combat. So any conversations that you want to have as a post-action report here before moving on?
Can I run off the bridge before that happens?
Well, we can try this. let's. So what I want you to do is we'll role play this. We'll roll it. See if you can kind of sneak away. So the captain's kind of like meandering around, looking around, kind of thinking, "What am I going to do?" type of thing. Not really. More frustrated. So let's see. Roll me 1d6, one challenge dice, and if you get a 6, I'm going to say you kind of snuck when she wasn't paying attention. And what did it roll? You know what? It's rolling me 0. Do this. Do a /R space 1d6. Did you catch that? Okay, I hear people. Got real quiet in here.
I'm having technical difficulties.
Oh. /R space 1d6. There we go. So no. So the captain, you kind of see the XO kind of get up and start kind of heading towards the yeah. Well, what do you say, or you let him keep going?
Mr. Tretner,
Yes, Captain.
I thought my orders were not to engage unless the enemy craft fired first.
Yes, that's correct. They were just being very aggressive, and I had a
How?
feeling
How were they
Well-
being aggressive?
they were surrounding our ships, not responding to hails. And also, I had a tingling in my gut. I had a feeling that a warning shot would just dissuade him from going after.
Oops, somebody cut out.
Yep, you lost me right when I was trying to dress down Commander Tretner. So I did not hear his response if he made one to defend his actions.
Oh, all I said is I had a feeling in my gut that a well-placed warning shot will dissuade them from attacking and pursuing us, and would have taken care of the situation, but that clearly didn't work out.
A well-placed warning shot may have. Your warning shot was not well-placed.
Well, the ship, Captain.
How exactly were they being aggressive?
Well, all of their forces were moving towards us, and they were surrounding the spear and us, not responding to us. Also, I don't know. All I can say is I had a feeling.
Your feeling caused us to interfere in a civil war and almost lost a pilot their life.
That unfortunately is the outcome of this mismatched shot we placed. Yes.
Okay, hold for a second. So while this is going on, what is the rest of the crew doing? Are they just sitting in their seats, kind of ignoring them, kind of hunkering?
Listening.
Or are they?
I'm eating my candy like
Eating
popcorn
candy.
at the moment.
I'm holding a little bowl right in front of me, and I'm just like,
Yeah, here.
yeah.
There we go. We're all over here munching on our candy.
Okay. I just want to see if everybody was ignoring it, or they were like into it like a movie. Okay.
I had my concerns when the Admiralty assigned you to this ship, and it seems they were not entirely unfounded. In the future, Mr. Tretner, when I give an order, I expect it to be followed.
Yes, Captain.
You're dismissed.
I'm dismissed.
Okay. So we'll take his character off right now.
He can go
I'm just
pout
gonna go
in his-
sulk somewhere.
Yes. He'll sulk in the
Aw.
sphere.
Okay.
Hey, Grok,
Yeah, Doc.
can we beam one of these candies into his pocket? He really looks like he could use one.
That's a difficult task, I think. I
Don't
mean,
ask the ship to help you.
pocket directly into his stomach. I mean,
Well, we want him to at least
a little too
taste.
close.
We want him to taste it at least, you know.
I mean, that's how close we're talking. Pocket, stomach. I mean, I don't advise it.
Oh, okay. I'll save it for later for him.
Okay. So what is your actions as to send to Starfleet, Captain?
We need to contact Starfleet and just give them an update on the situation on Sigma Iotia.
Okay. Give me a brief synopsis of your after-action report.
Essentially, we made contact on the planet. Krakow, who Kirk met last time, was now president. We got samples of what our cut would have contained. It contained a variety of precious items, including iron, gold, silver, platinum, titanium, oils, precious stones, and crystals. One of the crystals seemed very promising as very similar to souped up dilithium crystals and could be very promising. We were in the middle of negotiating for more of those crystals as our cut when a coup broke out on the planet. We returned to the ship. However, we were forced to engage a small craft from the planet. However, we were able to save its pilot before it went down, and we departed the area.
Okay. So we'll do some RP here while I generate a response from Starfleet. Okay. So
Captain, permission to leave the bridge. I think the candy's disagreeing with me.
Yes, Mr. Tahl. Permission
To do-
granted.
How about I take him to sick bay?
Yeah, you take care of him, Dr. Xhad. You know more about candy than any of us.
Thank you, Doc.
Okay.
Thank you, Captain.
So we're gonna go to sick bay, it seems, for a little bit. Okay. There's a sick bay. Go ahead and put your tokens on. Oh, let's get the sick.
It was Freddy.
Yeah, well. Go ahead and put your tokens on there. There you go. Okay. I'll hand it over to you for a little bit while I generate a response from Starfleet.
Grok, does it hurt when I do this?
Ooh, yeah, right there.
Oh, all
Don't
right.
do that.
I won't do that anymore. Let me try over on this side. Does it hurt when I do this?
Not so much.
Yeah, I don't think that candy's agreeing with you.
Yeah, I should have had you check it first.
I think I might have something that'll help. Give me just a moment. Okay, after checking my Facebook status, I come back.
Meanwhile, I'm just
with a little bit of scanning and a hypo spray. There we go. Let's see if that does the trick. How are you feeling now?
A little bit better, Doc. Thanks.
You bet.
So bad. Okay. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to roll a insight medicine with the ship supporting with a computer's medicine. And it's only going to be one success. It's not going to be too difficult. Okay, you only rolled one die. Doc, roll me another one. So she's got the one success. Let's see if she gets you any momentum. Nope.
Oh.
So she applies a little hypo spray and a little, and your stomach starts feeling better. Let me check the numbers here. That's not too bad. That's okay. Yeah, you start feeling better to the point that you really didn't know there's an issue. However, what she does do is the whole time she's doing this, the same candy that's made you not feel good, she's still popping in her mouth.
The rumbly and my tumbly is better. Thanks, Doc.
Anytime. I'm glad I could help. Glad to hear you're feeling better.
Okay. Anybody else got something for us? Nothing? Okay. So they're not up there. He's not up there. So, basically, the bridge is cleared out of half the crew. You got some low end people sitting at the helm. Anything going on? What kind of conversations are going on the bridge right now?
Well, someone should probably look at that journal.
Oh,
Yeah, that's right. We got the president's journal up at that desk. How about you take a look at that, Lieutenant?
Aye, Captain.
okay. So you go and get the journal. It was basically still sitting on the side down in the transporter room. Somebody just drug it off, like, okay, nobody's paying attention to this except for the candy bowl. Just drug it aside. You get the book.
Priorities.
Yeah, that's true. So what you discover is, Crackle wrote in there that Teppo has been. You summarize it. Teppo has been really resistant to giving the Federation their cut. The problem is the central city that they're in is in really good shape. The outer areas that do a lot of the mining and mineral build collection and all that stuff, the manual laborers, their life has been menial, meaning that they really haven't been able to get out and go forward because or like 30 to 40% of the stuff they're cutting, they're not getting paid for because the government can't afford to pay them and give it to the Federation. So all the management and all the people that are in the cities are doing fine, but the manual laborers are having issues. They're not starving as much as they're not progressing in their ways because of forced labor sharing. And Krakow really didn't tell you this. Reason being is he's afraid that if these people keep go or would have that promotional or ability to go forward, they'd stop losing a lot of their labor force. So it's when he means his when he told you guys his society is stable because of this, it is true. It is stable. You have people that are earning and you have people that are taking. If you push one side or the other, it would destabilize their government. And Teppo was been trying to convince him to basically like cut how much the Federation was getting so that they could help the people that are working. And since he resisted it, it seems that this has been a conflict between the two of them. And Captain, give me a roll. Give me a roll of insight and command. And the ship's not going to help you because this is you internalizing. And I'm looking for 2 successes.
Okay, insight and command.
Mm-hmm.
Can I use diplomacy as my focus, or
This is totally internal. This isn't.
Well, diplomacy, I have to understand the way other societies work and the ins and outs of that in order to be a good diplomat. So I feel like it does apply.
I'll give it to you.
Okay.
And you're looking for probably 3 successes in this.
I'm going to go ahead and spend a momentum then, since we've
Okay.
got so much banked.
Okay. There you go. So,
Nice.
after listening to these summaries, what you're summarizing is your return for this material is actually what pushed the coup.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me. We're the ones who have essentially caused this civil war. And honestly, Teppo sounds like he's more on the same page with how the Federation wants to handle this cut than Krakow is.
Right. Because basically the material on the planet was always there for Teppo to try to convince him. When the Federation showed up and was going to take it, it would be lost to them forever, and that's what pushed it over.
Mm-hmm.
So just your presence returning caused the coup.
Well, there was also, he was there for the conversation I had with Krakow where we said that we wanted to reinvest our cut in the planet, and Krakow said no. I have a feeling that Teppo would have agreed to that deal.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you send this in a message? Do you inform the Federation of this?
Yes. We forward our findings from the journal to the Federation.
Okay.
We have
Good.
an incident in the back scanning the pages one at a time.
Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. I gotta do some real quick write up because I didn't expect you guys to roll out. So you guys kind of have a tendency to break my stuff occasionally. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go on break. This break here is gonna be about 15 minutes. That's how long our break is going to be for this one. And then when we come back, we'll roll on with the outcome of your choices. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Okay. Well, here we go. I'm going to mute you guys right now.
As a soldier of the Kelvin Empire, I've sailed the great unknown. Last I recall, we hijacked a starship for our lengthy journey home. But when I woke this morning, my memory's foreign and strange. A plaid-skirted wall decoration, and I have a splitting headache. So far we've come, this is my song, and I must be drunk. Adapted to human form from immense tentacled beings we once were. Images bursting from my conscious mind, new taste but it's all a blur. Montgomery Scott, the chief engineer, aboard the ship Enterprise, ply me with beverages, strange elixirs, but like I've never tried. Assaulting all my senses until I can never even see, with these whiskeys and bourbons and scotches and some other drink that was green. So far we've come, this is my song, and I must be drunk. The Kelvins do not colonize, we conquer. We're rulers and that's our way. Taking what we want, a powerful thirst. Could I have a drink for this pain? Am I Kelvin any longer? Or just like the humans have scorned? My senses of pounding enigma, shameful in my pink uniform. Regardless of what I call myself, my essence to find us. I'm sorry it had to be you, 'cause I like you. Don't mean to cause you distress, but now that you're here, there's no egress from this place now. Now it's your home. Got a good thing going here. There's a little bit of war, but have no fear, 'cause I've got this mess up. Now I'm gonna do what I'm told. Here's an example to start. Oops, I blew it up. So what? So what? I know better than you, and I'd like to see you try and stop me. I've got to prove myself and see this through, and you won't be able to stop me. Now you're only getting in my way. I could really shine if you would set me free, and I don't really care what you say. The decision is mine. You'll have to follow me. Where I go, cause you're no longer in charge, and you won't be able to stop me. Cause I know, as we travel across these stars, nobody will be able to stop me. I know you'll try, but you will never succeed, except aside from trying to convince me. I made a choice, a murderer, and that was wrong. Suicide will be my song. I win. There's nothing that you can do, and you haven't been able to stop me. You lose. come ride with me in my old Jupiter Ray to head out on our way and make for the caves. And we will be okay. Yes, bread and circuses. Oh, we will not be less. Bread and circuses. Oh, we are not impressed. Bread and circuses. No, we will not be less. Bread and circuses.
Okay, welcome back. And we're going to get right back into the game here. We're going to do a scene. We're going to start the scene off with the XO, Commander Tretner, doing a personal log as the post disciplinary action has happened. So with that, XO.
Person log. Tretner, stardate. Whatever. So not sure how much is going to go into the official logs from the captain, but I screwed up a little bit. So that warning shot I thought would have been a good idea to get the enemy forces moving off didn't pan out as well, as the ship decided to just fire straight on the ship. So new things we learned about the ship. Anyhow, I got dressed down by the captain, which she has every right to do. I would have done the same. Problem is she did it in front of the entire crew, which is bad leadership, in my opinion. And yeah, not sure what to think about that. I'm sure I'll hear about it from the other officers later on. So I still feel I did the right thing. We didn't know what the weaponry was. They have powerful crystals. We didn't know if they weaponized those crystals. And I always thought Starfleet was a little bit too pacifistic in their approach in these matters. So well-placed warning shot showing our might should have done the trick, but it didn't. Oh well. Well, I'm enjoying my ship now here. I'm my own boss in the spear, and I guess I'll just wait until somebody stops by to, I think, offer me some candy. I heard that candy's pretty good. All right. Well, personal lockout.
Okay. Is there anything anybody else wants to do before we go into the... Oh, there we go.
Give me some candy!
Tretner, are you in here?
I'm sticking my head out of the shuttle. Doc?
There
Yeah,
you are.
Doc.
I thought some candy could help take the blues away.
You must have read
You
my
just
mind.
Jump to the lower floor.
I'm Andorian. I got
They have
skills.
ice axes on them. They're crazy.
She
got some
slid down the
skills.
pylon, surfing
Right?
style.
Nice.
Here you go.
Thanks, Doc. How do these taste like?
Oh, they're wonderful. Well, unless you're Grok, but I'm pretty sure that they're going to be okay in your stomach.
What's wrong with Grok?
He got a bit of a tummy ache. They didn't agree with him.
Poor guy. I hope he gets to do some more work on his holo novels later.
Hollow novels?
Yeah, he does that on the side. He likes to do some holo novels. It
Ooh.
looks pretty good. I don't have any need for them myself, but if you need some holo novels done, maybe some nice ice moons around Andor, you might like it.
Or maybe certain lieutenants that adorn the ship? I think you're onto something. Thanks. Here's a few more pieces of candy.
Yay, candy. Thank you so much. You have no idea how much I need this right now.
Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy.
It's a great episode.
We call this the Krakow candy.
Okay. So we're going to jump up here to the bridge.
I thought she was going to jump up there, like literally Endorian style.
Like that?
So
She's a clone.
So a few minutes after the candy incident in the hangar bay, Captain receives a response from Starfleet. So
Okay.
Ops, you're receiving a communique alert.
Ops, can we please put that on screen?
You're muted.
Sorry, I was muted. Yes.
So you see a a captain on the screen. You're not familiar with this captain. I mean, how many captains are there in Starfleet? Thousands. But before you accept the call, the banner of basically Starfleet ambassadorial services comes up, and this captain is a basically, Captain, how you doing? My name's Captain Siobhan, and I'm here to represent the ambassador service to inform you that basically they want you to stay away from the Iotians for now. We are going to send in a communications beacon and a surveillance beacon, and when it calms down, we'll talk to whoever leads. We are still interested in those crystals, but we do not want you to participate or partake in any kind of conflict internally.
Yes, Captain Siobhan.
However, what we do want you to do is we want you to get a scan of that starbase.
Ah, yes.
We are concerned that this instability could bleed out to other areas depending on what they can launch from this facility. We already know that they are progressing towards the capability of doing near light, if not almost light travel, or light travel, and this instability could make an impact in the area. So we want to know if there is any kind of further devices or ships or technology in that space station that would allow this instability to leave their star system.
I think that's a valid concern given what we've seen today. We'll get right on it.
As of course, we do not want you to go to the planet, onto the planet. However, if you get in a situation where you are fired upon, take what you think is appropriate measures to defend you and your ship. But
Yes.
from what I saw in your report, I don't think those things can do much damage to you.
I don't think so either, Captain.
Anything you want to share with me before you head back?
Did you get the pages from the diary we forwarded? It had some interesting insights on the internal struggle down there.
Yes. The ambassadorial service, from the few that were able to read your briefings, they agree with your assessment that our presence, with the possibility of us removing those materials, is what ultimately pushed it into a conflict. So that's why we don't want you to go on the planet. We'll talk to the person that ultimately comes out on top and try to reestablish communications. Obviously, I think Admiral Kirk pretty much took too much, or wanted too much, or they promised too much of a cut for him, for the Federation. I think that might have caused instabilities.
It looks like Admiral Kirk did have a bit of a habit of overstepping in his youth.
Yes, we've had several concerns. just to let you know, when you're done with this scanning, the next stop, I'm going to give you your next emission orders. Your next stop is we need you to pick up some supplies, and you're going to go to the... Hold on. Let me pull up the mission briefing. I forget the planet or the location they want you to go. They want you to go to drop supplies off at Regula Station, I believe. Regula. They want you to drop off supplies at Regula Station. I'll send you the coordinates.
Interesting.
All right.
Anything further?
No, Captain. Seems pretty straightforward. We'll try to get out of there without causing any more damage.
Excellent, excellent. And you see the ambassadorial seal come back up on the screen again.
Okay. Do we think we can deploy a sensor probe to do a sweep of the station, or do we need to get in there ourselves, guys? Team.
I think a probe can do the job.
All right, Mr. Tahl, can you soup up a probe?
I can.
I have objections.
I was going to also object, Captain.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I would like to hear your objections.
Okay. My objection is that if we're sending a probe, they might be able to apprehend it and gain access to more technology.
Okay. Do you have the same concern, Tahl?
Yes, yes, Captain.
All right. Looks like we're doing this one ourselves. Mr. Tretner, I'd like you in the Spear. If necessary, I'd like you to take those low orbit shuttles on a wild goose chase to distract them. So while we get a detailed sensor sweep of the station. Are you up for a goose chase?
Yes, Captain. Let's do that. And I'll keep shots down to minimum.
All right. Keep your co-pilot safe. You have permission to return fire, but I do not want you to initiate any conflict. I'm counting on your hot piloting skills.
Yes, Captain.
Ensigns, they keep getting younger and younger. Don't pay.
Okay. So.
Okay.
Go ahead.
In that case, Miss Grok and Sabin, I would like you to work together to put together a sensor package so that we can get a detailed scan of that station as soon as we are in range.
Yes, Captain.
Calibrate the sensors for that.
Okay. So basically, from my understanding, is you're basically doing a big old fat spatial U-turn.
Yep, we're doing a big old fat spatial U-turn.
Okay.
And we're going to want to plot a course. If Mr. Etrigan and Mr. Tretner could work together to plot a course to avoid as much notice as possible to get us in range of that space station.
Okay. So, here's the deal. We're going to take this planet and we're going to shrink it down a little bit. We're going to take the space station and shrink it down a little bit. Okay. Put it near orbit there. There we go. Okay. Put the ship where you want to approach at on the grid. And before you drop off, is there anything you want to do? You want to scan anything? Do you want to check to see what's there, what's not there?
Yes, we would like to check and see what the orbiters are doing and go ahead and raise shields.
Okay. So, transitional wise, time wise, this has been hours. You're figuring you probably warped away, 3, 4, 5 hours. Let's say 4 hours. And then did you return the same speed, or did you pump up the speed a little bit on the return trip?
We pumped up the speed a little bit. We had a place we were trying to get to as opposed to just getting away.
Okay, so your return trip took an hour and a half to 2 hours. So the total time it's been is like 6 hours, 6.5 hours. Okay. So let's go ahead and do a sensor. If you're going to do a sensor scan, let's go ahead and roll for that to see if you get anything out of it. This is before you approach. This isn't where, this isn't once you're there, you're approaching. So let's do a reason. Let's do reason. Sensors are going to be... Let's do a reason science, a reason security. I'm sorry, reason security. For sensors, for the character, and sensors security for the ship. And it's not going to be too difficult. We're going to say it's probably going to be two successes.
Okay. Mr. Etrigan, how's your reasoning skills?
Reasonably sharp, Captain.
All right. Initiate scan. And what was the department for the ship?
It's going to be sensors security.
Do we want to use momentum on this?
I think we should be okay without it.
Roger that. So that makes it what, 2 dice?
Yes. We still rolling?
Yeah, I'm looking at my focuses, trying to see if anything really applies.
Okay. If it's not sensors related, it's probably not going to apply.
Yeah.
Well, the Hathaway helped you this time, but not enough. So, what you're detecting is you do get the space station, but the shuttles that you faced before, they're a little small. Your sensors aren't quite coming back. You're not sure if it's just noise or return from the space station, but you can't really determine if or how many shuttles are present.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna, as soon as we get into range, I want Mr. Tretner to go ahead and launch the spear and put on a show.
Sweet. Okay, so is this where you're going to approach at? Is what's that, Q23?
Yes.
Okay. So you drop out of warp, and the scene's just as you see it. There is no shuttles currently in orbit. There's no shuttles on the scanners. It's the space station and the planet, and that's it. So
can we scan the station from here? How close do we need to get to the station?
You can do your scan from here if you choose. Yes.
Okay. Grok and Sabin, are you ready to initiate scans?
Aye, Captain.
On your order.
Okay. So it is going to be reason science on the character because you're not doing you're trying to penetrate it. So that's reason and science. And then it's going to be sensors and science for the ship. And at this range, it's going to need to be 5 successes.
Okay. This sounds like something that I, as the operations officer, I would be doing, and then Grok would assist me.
Yeah, I'll be happy to assist.
Please use momentum. And Ops, do you have an applicable focus?
Yes, I do.
All right.
So the momentum gives me an extra roll? Or...
Yep, extra die.
Okay.
So you're rolling 3 die.
Yeah.
It's reason science, you said?
Yes, for this roll because of the situation. Of course you're going to get it.
Nice.
Oh, moon. I was hoping.
Grok, thank you. That was excellent work on the ship's D20.
Glad to help.
So, what you're able to detect? You're able to detect which okay. So you're able to detect a sensor, or you're able to detect a field of some sort. There's some kind of field in there. It's the ship's analyzing it. It's having a little bit of issues trying to determine what it is, but there is some kind of out of place signature coming out of that space station. At this range, because of the way the plating is on that thing, you can't get a hard determination of what it is, but you did detect something.
Okay, sounds like we're gonna have to get closer. Be ready, Spear.
How many momentum did we get in that last roll?
None.
None.
Boo.
Oh wait, no, you got. Yeah, no, you got none. Yep. Okay, so are you launching the spear?
No, we're gonna wait for the shuttles to appear to launch the spear, but we are
Okay.
taking the Hathaway in closer.
Yep. Let me get this up. So this is 4 of. It's 3 of 4 right now. 3 of 4. Your shields are 11 of 11, and your bar is 9 of 9. Changes. Okay. So you can either move short range or medium range. Short range is going to cost you anything. Medium range is going to be 1 energy. Medium range will get you almost right up against it.
Let's go medium range.
Okay, go ahead and move it up to 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 7 hexes. Okay, go ahead and cut your energy on that. Okay, so this time you're going to roll your sensors if you want to try to figure out what it is. But this time you're going to roll, the ship's still going to roll its sensors and its science. But I want the character roll a control science. Yeah.
Control science?
Yeah, control science. There's a reason why. And it's going to be 3 successes because you already got this first success done, or first scan done.
Okay. And my sensor focus still applies, I assume.
Yes, because doing the sensors on the ship.
Yes, please. 2 of you are a great team.
Ah.
Okay, there's 2. 1 more from the ship, or that's it. So you got your 3. Okay.
Nice.
So the sensors are able to pick up the signature again. And this time it's a lot stronger, a lot more stable, a lot more clear. The reason we had you roll control for Sabin is because he's using the computer to try to match it. And what it roughly comes out to be, give or take, is quite similar to the signature of the Phoenix.
The Phoenix
You
as in
mean-
Zephyr Cochrane?
Yes.
You mean an early warp engine?
Yes.
Oh,
An early
wonderful.
human warp engine?
Well, its signature it's not exactly the same. It's very similar. If you were to match it in the system, it would look like give or take what the Phoenix's bubble looked like. Its engine core signature.
So they're playing with early prototypes for warp engine design.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, Grok would have been able to help. Definitely been able to kind of go, whoa, wait a minute, I recognize that.
Yes. And with that, we have this.
Oh my.
Okay. And that was 2. Okay. So when you got close enough, basically you these shuttles all launched out of launch tubes, quite similar to another franchise that I like watching. That I won't say what it is at this moment. Okay, but they basically launched launch tubes out of these things, And now that you have detected the signature, they are not happy. So, the shuttles are going to roll. At least 2 of them are. I'm going to roll the groups here. And okay, ooh, that's a hit. So their challenge dice are weak. That is no effect because your natural resistance is 4 because you're scale 4. Are everybody familiar with that? With how that works?
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you only took 2 damage plus 1 piercing, which means 1 piercing makes your resistance 3, which means you still don't take any damage. Okay.
So, just to clarify, so all of us on the bridge do the Star Trek lean from impact?
No, these things didn't
Okay.
even cause your shields to blurp.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not hitting hard, strong enough to even overcome your energy fields.
Can we get more detailed scans of this warp drive from here, or do we need to go to the station?
No, you can if you give me details what you want, I'll let you roll a scan for it.
Okay. Let me know when it's our turn.
It's your turn.
Okay. I like to focus our sensor scan on that warp signature. See if we can figure out how stable it is, how close they might be to actually deploying a working warp engine.
Okay. Go ahead and roll sensors for it this time because you know what it is. It's going to be it's still going to be control, and this time it's going to be engineering because now you're trying to figure out how far completed it is. So the character's going to roll control engineering, and the ship's
I'll take the lead on this one.
The ship is still going to do sensors and engineering.
Okay. Grok, I was just about to suggest that.
And it's going to be 3 successes again.
Well, then I'll do the backup on this one.
Yep.
Momentum or no momentum?
No momentum.
Okay, I do have a focus though.
Exactly.
There's 2 right there. There's 3.
Oh, the ship again.
Grok, I thought you fixed that.
I must have missed one.
Okay. I gotta ask you, do you want to take that complication or not? You can actually negate a complication, but you have to do it with a momentum.
Let's negate it.
Okay, so drop a momentum. Okay. So, what your scan returns is that it appears to be fully operational, just in low power mode. It's stable enough that you believe the computer projects that it would enter warp speed.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that, please?
Yeah, the computer makes a determination doing basically pulling in the sensor data and then doing like simulated projections. The shipboard computer, your computer on the Hathaway, determines that odds are it can be stable enough to enter warp 1.
Captain, this thing can go warp 1.
Okay. That's not good news, but they're still so far out that they're not even a threat to the threat to the Federation yet. I'm not sure we need to go ahead and destroy this. I think we can just take the information back to Captain Javon. It would take them years to get anywhere close to the Federation on the Warp 1.
Okay. So, here's the deal. We're either going to need to take a pause because something came up I have to take care of for about 2 minutes. I hate to do this, or you can RP for a few minutes to talk about what your next plan is. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Okay,
Sounds
give me
good.
give me like 2 minutes. Sorry, guys.
Okay. Sorry, Tretner. Looks like those scans were more effective than I expected them to be. Looks like you might not get to go play with the shuttles after all.
That's okay, Captain. If there's that many of them out there, I don't want to press my luck. It has been pretty crummy so far.
It's okay. You're still a crack pilot. I would bet on you against them any day.
Thanks, Captain. Appreciate the confidence. Now, what do we do about our ship, which constantly keeps just, I don't know, throwing 20s at?
I don't know what's going on with it. It's very odd. But the what I'm finding disconcerting is that the fact that they do have a warp 1 engine. When we arrived, didn't they scan our ship?
They did not have. They don't have any active sensors, so no.
Okay, because I would have hated to be an example of a working warp, give them a working example of a working warp drive. But if they couldn't get a good scan, then we probably didn't inspire anything this time. But
Given the signature of that drive, this was espionage. They didn't get this from us directly, not the Hathaway.
Or did they? Don't we
They
have something
wouldn't-
from them in the
They're
engine
not
room?
that fast.
Yeah, no, they wouldn't have been able to work that fast. But hey, yeah, that's right. Don't we still have a bug in the engine room? We should take care of that. Though I'm still not sure about how the bug was in the box after we scanned the box on the planet successfully.
And do we know if they're using the radioactive crystals for that warp drive?
Oh, that would have been something really good to scan to see if they're using their souped up dilithium crystals.
Dollar
That's
to donuts,
true.
they are.
Yeah, most likely. And if they are, the engine may be capable of warp 1, but they might be able to push it to like warp 1.2.
I'm trembling in my boots.
It's
Right,
would
but
not
they
be
get
a
warp
big issue.
1.2. Sorry.
Go ahead.
They have warp 1.2 now. Think about the fact that like 15 years ago they were 20th century Earth technology.
Yes, this is quite concerning. There's been entirely too much contamination on this planet.
So within a couple years they may have warp 5 or even faster.
Yeah,
Tactically
which is
speaking, the fact that they could potentially equip ships with warp drive is almost insignificant. Just imagine if they apply that technology to kinetic weapons.
Yeah.
thanks
that
for the
mean-
nightmares.
Does that
That's
mean
my job.
Mr. Etrigan, does that mean you think we need to destroy this engine?
It's above my pay grade, Captain, but I definitely think Starfleet should know what they're about to get into.
We should.
So my thought here is if they have an engine that can do warp 1, then the no contact part of the prime directive, which we already broke, doesn't apply anyway.
Exactly. That's what I was going to mention.
And we need to send diplomats here and see if we can maybe talk about negotiations with the Federation.
Yep.
I agree, but Captain Siobhan and the diplomatic corps are on their way to do that. They don't want us involved in their negotiations.
Oh no, that's not our job.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
but-
it's not.
But they don't have the most current information either.
Well,
That's why-
and
as-
destroying this particular engine doesn't necessarily destroy the blueprints to make another one.
Correct.
No, it doesn't.
And it would
As-
put our diplomatic team off on the wrong foot.
Exactly.
I'm back.
As soon as we have communications, we will contact Captain Siobhan and give her the results of our scan indicating that there is a Warp 1 engine.
Okay. So, do you stay on site or do you roll out?
We roll out.
Okay. So,
Like gangsters.
okay. So you roll out. Okay. So you open communications to Captain Shaban?
Yes.
Okay. So you see the typical, ambassadorial seal, Department of Ambassador, and Captain Shaban comes up and says, "Yes, you have anything to report?"
Yes, we're transmitting our sensor scans of the station now. It looks like they've got a Warp 1 engine on there.
Oh, really?
Yes, it was in low power mode, but we've picked up a distinct warp signature similar to that of Zephram Cochrane's Phoenix on Earth.
Huh. That changes things very much.
It would seem the Prime Directive no longer applies.
Yes, but the primary thing we would like to start trading with them now they have a use for.
When I broached, I asked President Krakow about the crystals. He stated that they had no use for them. I don't know if he was being facetious or they had not discovered them as a source of dilithium yet.
Yeah, I wonder if he just didn't want to tell you.
It's entirely possible.
Well, we'll have to take that under consideration now. Well, with that, I guess your responsibility to that planet is over.
All right, where would you like us to pick up these supplies?
I want you to head to the nearest starbase. We'll go ahead and I believe it's starbase. I'm just gonna pull something up. Starbase 3 or Starbase 3. And we'll go ahead and send a message ahead and get the materials standard loadout that Regula needs. Other than that, Captain, I don't have anything for you further.
All right, thank you.
You're
Good
welcome.
luck.
Thank you. And screen goes dark. So with that, I will open up to any RP that you want to close up the session with, because we all know what your next mission is going to be. It's just not going to be today.
Well, that felt anticlimactic. Grok, could you please do a cleaning sweep of engineering? I want to make sure they didn't send up anything with that box of goodies they sent us.
Yes, Captain. I'll take care of that right now. Head over to the door.
Okay. And we'll send you down to engineering, get you situated on that. Way engineering. There we go. So we'll take that one off. Wow, that is a big token. Okay. There we go. So that box that you had opened is still sitting there. Yep. What would you like to do with it? And remember, it's basically got every different thing that is in the Federation's cut for you to sample.
Have we left orbit yet?
Oh yes, Captain ordered warp, and you guys posted.
Darn. Because I was just going to beam it back down to the station. But we don't need it. I mean, the only thing we need is the crystal, but I was just going to beam the whole thing right back down. Let's see. I guess, am I detecting any signals now that we're away from the station?
Okay, what kind of signals? Are we talking about what type of spectrum are you looking about for here? Are you talking about like communication spectrum? Are you talking about something different?
Well, if there was some kind of bug or sensor device in the box or in one of the materials, I'm going to be looking for something that's going to be communications based, something that's going to be transmitting data.
Okay. Do a insight and so you're not familiar with all the materials in here, so it can't be. So it's gonna be insight science because you're basically You're looking for communications, inside engineering.
Okay.
And the ship, you're just going to use like a handheld scanner. So the ship is going to do sensors engineering. And for
Let's
communications
see.
base, it's going to be 2. No, 1. Because you're in engineering. So you're in your element. So it makes any of the engineering roll 1 less. So it's going to be 1 success.
Focus of computers?
No, because there's no computers in there.
Okay.
It's just elementals and minerals and stuff like that.
Manufacturing?
Nope, these are all raw. Yeah, these are all raw. Yeah.
Oh, got it though.
Okay. Now,
Nice.
Let's see about the ship.
It's not a 20.
It's not a red 0. We're good.
Okay. So give yourself 1 success. Or I'm sorry, 1 momentum. And so you're looking through the stuff and you're looking for EM based communications or something like that.
Mhm.
And you find nothing that is EM based. There is nothing to transmitting electromagnetic pulse signature or pulse transmissions.
Okay. I'm gonna hail the captain. Grok to captain.
Yes, Grok?
Uh, do we want anything that's in here in this crate, or should I just send it all to the replicator and have it recycled?
Apart from those crystals, I don't think. I mean, hold on to it for Starfleet. It is still technically their cut.
So just hold on to the crystals to store everything else.
No. We should probably hold on for everything. We'll get it off the ship at the starbase. We can leave it
Okay.
there for someone else to pick up.
All right. Grok's going to move the container and everything in it, including the crystals, out of engineering. He's going to try to find someplace secure to put it into.
Okay.
Something heavy duty.
Okay. So while you're you roll it up on like it doesn't weigh a whole bunch. Okay, I mean it's manhandleable by 2 people, but you put it on a
On a
anti-grav.
sled.
Yeah. And in the process of moving out, you bump it into like you see how there's little posts right there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You basically bump it into a post like that. And when you bump it into the posts kind of cracks.
Huh. That's not supposed to happen.
Okay. So what do you do now?
I'm going to approach the post
Mm-hmm.
and look at the damage and then compare it to where it hit on the box.
Okay. Do you do any kind of tools or are you just doing a visual?
Well, I'm gonna pull out my trusty tricorder always.
Okay. This is going to be a simple one. This is going to be 0, but I'm going to have you roll for it just to see if I can. Well, it's not going to matter because it's going to be erased here in a few minutes. Go ahead and do a control science. And the ship's going to do a structure science. And it's going to be a 0 roll.
Okay. Can I use my manufacturing background?
Yes. Because this is a manufactured product. Yes.
Ooh. The game doesn't like us today.
So it is a 0 roll. So do you want to use that momentum to negate the negative? It's still going to be successful.
Yes.
I think I have 1 second. Where is it? cautious. Whenever you attempt a task with a discipline, you I did not buy any momentum, so that does not apply. Okay, shoot.
So, like I said, it's a 0 roll, so successful, but you can use that 1 to negate the negative effect. So it's a push.
Yeah.
Okay. So what it comes out is that something has caused the material that you bumped into to become brittle. It's been exposed to something that caused it to turn very brittle. It just turned it into from a nice sturdy titanium to a brittle.
Has it devolved into its component parts?
I was thinking maybe I need to scan for radiation. Some radiation can cause similar types of damage, can't it?
Yes. So do a insight. I guess it's going to still be science because you're still working with science type alignment.
Can I call someone to assist?
Oh, of course you can.
Okay, who's got good science?
I have a 4.
No, that's probably going to be. Oh no, I'm actually a science 4 as well.
Yeah, come on up.
Who do you want? Do you want me or the doctor?
You.
Okay.
Tral.
Yes, sir.
So go ahead and drop your token on there.
Yeah, if I can.
Grab your name and just drop it on there. Yeah.
Yeah. Where do I grab
my? Grab it from your journal.
I was grabbing it everywhere except the. No, I can't. It's the same problem I've always had. I can't drop myself on. I can drag my name, but then when I release, nothing happens. Thank you.
I gotta fix that or something because.
Okay, I don't know what is causing that, but it's how it's always been.
Okay, so you're gonna do the roll this time for the science.
Okay. So what's that gonna be?
So you're gonna explain the situation and says, yeah, can you help?
Certainly. So is that control science or
insight science? Because you're not sure what's causing it to work through it. Insight science, and the ship will assist you with structure science.
Does my focus of observation help by any chance?
Yes.
Excellent.
And it's going.
There we go.
Whoa.
Very nice.
Oh wow.
The ship again though.
Yeah, I mean you got an early ship, so it's not going to be great at everything. So you're going to gain 2 momentum. And what you determine is there is a radiation type emanation that is causing the material to not really break down into its elements as much as it's just breaking the strength of it. It's eroding its tensile strength.
Intriguing. Do you have any recommendations? Tral?
Not specifically.
You do get an extrapolation what the radiation would roughly look like, or what the radiation particles would be that would cause this. So if you want to, you can scan for it.
Good call. Yes. So we'll scan for radiation here.
Okay, so now that you know what it is, it's going to be a reasons science.
Gotcha.
And then the ship.
Since I'm scanning this, my sensors focus would come into play, right?
Yes, and the sensors science on the ship, because now you're going to program the ship to look for it.
Okay.
And it's going to be 2 successes. Oh, there you go. 2. And then the ship. The ship assisted. Okay.
Hey, good ship.
So the radiation, you determine the radiation is it exists, and the ship is able to determine that it is basically in engineering, roughly right where that pallet is. So one of the materials is letting off radiation.
Are we able to determine what the exact source is? Which is it an item in the case? Is it the case itself?
No, it's actually something in the case. One of the materials in the case is a radioactive has radioactive well, probably several things inside the case have radioactive properties, but one of them has one that would degrade most metals
And
over
it's been
time.
sitting next to our warp core for the last 10 hours?
Almost a day, yeah.
And this is why our poor ship has been rolling so bad.
It all makes more sense now.
Right?
Suddenly.
It's not her
Aw,
fault.
Poor ship.
Here's the other thing. Because of the way the radiation works and how it's able to penetrate and disrupt the metal, you're pretty much able to determine that this energy is not contained, that cannot be contained inside the ship. Once it's exposed, it leaves the ship.
It leaves the ship?
Like
I don't think I
it's
quite understand.
like
I
it's
don't either.
detectable outside of the ship, if you know what you're looking for.
Oh, okay.
Because it affects metal, the metal is not able to contain the radiation.
So they would have been able to detect the radiation.
Yes.
Are you saying they CT scanned the warp core?
Sounds like.
Did you say did they CAT scan the warp core?
We had the warp core drank a barium solution essentially.
That's interesting perspective.
that's what it
I gotta
sounds
write
like.
that down. No, I won't write that
Our
down.
warp core from scanning the radiation coming out of that box since it's right next to it.
Yes.
Yeah, we need to make sure that we need to get this box out of engineering, and then we need to make sure that nothing else here, especially the warp core itself, is damaged.
I figure I have perfect reason to go back and blow up that ship.
Oh goodness! Well, did we detect that same radiation coming off of that warp ship?
No. If you remember, if you remember
else.
last session, the ships started coming at you, and you're like, "Well, how do the ships know where we're at?"
That's
It's
how
because
they
they were
know.
detecting the radiation.
That's right.
So we need to identify what's causing the radiation and get rid of it.
Oh, yeah, that's up to you guys. Totally can.
Grok,
Yeah.
were you able to isolate what was causing it?
We're still trying to excuse me. We're still trying to narrow it down, Captain.
All
But I
right.
suggest we do this outside of engineering. Maybe like near the transporter room.
Why don't you use one of the cargo bays?
Gotcha.
And Captain,
Yes, Doc.
might I suggest minimal exposure? We don't quite know if it's just limited to degrading metal.
It's a good plan. Full protective garments for dealing with it in the future.
You mean it might not have been the candy that made me sick?
It's very possible, Grok. Be careful.
Yes, Doc.
Okay. I don't have. Let me see if I have. I don't think I have anything for cargo. Add that to the list.
Okay, in the meantime, I suppose the shuttle bay would probably work.
Okay, we can put you in shuttle bay.
Oh, right next to the spear. Tretner will be happy.
What he doesn't know won't hurt him.
That's one way to clean the mustard stain, right?
Okay, there we go. And I'm sure you're getting assisted. And I just put something on there as the object. It doesn't matter.
You're gonna pull out the Romulan, aren't you?
Well, he just needs punched.
Our go-to miscellaneous.
There you go. There's your object. We'll call it that.
Okay.
It's a Kira class ship in the shuttle bay. Okay.
Can I change ships now? Okay. So how you want to deal with this?
You can open the door and throw it out.
That is certainly one option, but
Well,
I think
just
the
out of
I'm
captain
saying
wants-
it's the best
hold on before. Just out of curiosity, when you moved it up here, did you is it opened or closed? The box,
closed.
the ship that tells you the radiation has stopped.
Oh,
Well,
Oh, good
Intriguing.
box.
in that case, we can hold on to the box and give it to Starfleet to study.
Okay, so the radiation has stopped when the box is closed. There's something about the material the box is made of that's distinctly is able to contain the radiation, similar to the ocean
Super
version of
lead.
lead.
Interesting.
Yeah, in that case, this needs much further study. Now that there's no direct danger to the ship, we can actually hold on to this.
I would still recommend putting it somewhere non-vital. Maybe we can tie a rope to it and just toss it out so it just trails behind us the whole time.
Stick it in the spear.
Oh,
Okay, so while you guys discuss, ultimately we know the box is gonna end up someplace safe. So we'll say it's in a secured cargo room. How about that?
A secure storage
being
locker.
Yeah.
taken care of by top men.
Damn it!
Well,
Top
Beat me to it.
men.
containment field, perhaps?
So now you have a mystery of some radiation material and a box, and you get to go pick up supplies for Regulus Station.
Does anybody remember what they do on Regulus Station? I know I've heard of it. I think it's a science outpost.
There's something about beginnings.
Wonder what that could mean.
And with that, we have completed the story of the return.
I hope we're not going to be the Starfleet Corps of Engineers that takes several months to tunnel out that Genesis cave.
Doc, I'm coming to see you.
Oh, okay.
All right, I'll meet you in sick bay.
Well, let's go to sick bay.
Oh, we didn't really do this part, but okay.
Oh, I didn't know you weren't. I thought you wanted to
Tell
do
me
something.
all about your problems, Grok. What's going on?
Oh,
I'm like worried because like I was next to that box with the radiation stuff for so long. My hair is like, is it gonna fall out? I gotta keep the beard, man.
Let's check it out. Make sure you're doing okay. Gotta keep that beard for sure.
Gotta save the beard, Doc.
okay. And here's what I'm gonna do. It's gonna transition into the credits while you're working on that.
It looks like you're gonna be able to keep your beard, Grok. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
That's all.
But you can't have any more children.
Coconut.